So when it comes to critiquing things, if something is too far out there, they just like they think it's like the worst thing in the world, or like they can't verbalize. Okay, well, I'll give you a prime example, and I actually understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so we did this conceptual piece about, or we all did conceptual pieces, and this one girl did this conceptual piece on. There's like this company that can take you to the sea swans and then turn them into diamonds, like turn their ashes into diamonds because it's carbon based, right? So it makes sense. Yeah, which I think is like a really beautiful idea, and like, you know, it's you have the ability to carry on your loved ones legally. You know, because like taking ashes in the public is like illegal. Anyways, so this is a project, and so it opened discussions with everybody. Oh, I didn't do anything in New Hampshire. I slept like 14 hours a day, and I watched movies. My parents were on call on Christmas, so they were up at their apartment near the hospital. So my brothers and I ordered Thai food and watched Alien Trilogy. Yeah, which is very in spirit. Yeah. We didn't even get a Christmas tree, we just kinda... Here's a shopping bag full of clothes that you know I bought you. Thank you, I wasn't here trying this on. Yeah. They're both nurses at the hospital. Yeah. And my dad's cutting down his hours, so he's only gonna work 3 days a week, and then he's gonna work at the Woodstock and bring beer the rest of the time. Yeah. He's like, I'd rather take the pay cut and work for minimum wage as a brewmaster at the local inn than be a nurse anymore. So yeah, that's what it's doing. No, that's how we met. I was a drummer for Godspell, but she was working on that. We both work. She's working at, I don't know what time she works, and today is my last shift at my current job, and then I start school full time. Studying health and nutrition. Yeah, which is gonna be pretty sweet. I'm really excited for that. I did about 5 years ago, I went to Dal for robotics and electrical engineering, and I didn't do anything with that because it was boring. Well, it was fun at the time, and that's just like, super boring. What's the motion in hell? It's like, say you turn up and you're like the ambitious asshole, can't get anything done. Well, how does it get worse? You gotta how does it get worse in hell? Read Dante's Inferno. Yeah, Dante's Inferno. Yeah, there's like different hierarchies. There's those dudes that walk around that weird tree and just wail all the time. Yeah. They're kind of like low down on the run. The Inferno is so cool. Yeah. It's just like such an amazing, intense character. There's those dudes that are stuck in that horrible, like, flaming river. Yeah. Those people are like the very bottom. They're really close to the bottom. Yeah. That's the circle of rage. It's like angry killers and dictators and stuff. It's like a river of boiling blood. Yeah, a river of boiling blood. And the lowest of the lowest in hell are the traitors. And they're like frozen up to the neck in a lake of ice. Yeah. And they're like close enough together that they like chew on each other's heads and in each other's brains. Yeah. It's so amazing. Fuck, that guy has such crazy imagination. Yeah, totally. Or visions or something. Visions or... Well, in Buddhism, there's a similar kind of like hierarchical gradient, hell and heaven. That's expressed in kind of a similar way than, you know, fucking bodies full of nails and all kinds of shit. Totally. And it was a big thing, man. And we're kind of in this totally dead end looking feeling streets like Ryle Rose, and then we see the house like little, and we're like, okay, we're still on the right track. And we get to the it's like a historic museum type of place, and of course it's closed. I mean, it was super snowed in. Everything was closed in the island, so... But we got there, we got a track to the house, like to the museum areas, where there's kind of like, it's like a little village sort of, and there's a barn, and in fact there was somebody there who was giving a tour to his friends. So we were able to sneak in and see the house, where there's kind of like, you can see into the bedrooms where you can actually go in. There's a little barrier, but you can, it's all set up, you know, with her clothes and her pea pot and her bed, and in the kitchen, you know, there's like fake bread, and it was sweet because it was decorated for Christmas, so it had lovely little popcorn strands and the cranberries strands draped and stuff like that. So it was really fun. Oh, and wallpaper was nuts over there. It was like awesome, crazy wallpaper. Yeah. After getting up at 2 p.m. because I got home at I did a 12-hour shift the day before. So a lot of what I did yesterday has to do with the day before. And so I left work at 4 in the morning. And my coworkers had some friends next door to the place we're working at, Burrito Jack's, and we went upstairs and smoked a joint and listened to Mike play guitar really well. And sorry? He was high, so it was really good. I was high, so I was enjoying it really a lot. And then we went from there, we got in the car and went, I was driving home. And I went for a long walk by myself because it was all nice and snowy and cold out. And this is all part of yesterday too, because it was 6 in the morning. And then I went to bed, and then I got up at 2 and went to work, and it was a shitty day. It was a crappy day. And then I got home, and I was compelled by how lonely I was. I don't know, compelled does not work, that's not the word I'd use. I don't have any roommates anymore. Well, not that I haven't had roommates for a long time. And there's a mess in there, and I realized it's just lonely and crappy. So I did sleep for a little while. I was gonna go to bed and call it a night at 8. And then I'm like, no, I couldn't even sleep because I was just not okay with being by myself. So I called someone. Well, I called Angela, and I was like, Angela, wanna hang out? Yeah, worm kale salad, quinoa salad, vegetarian, meatloaf, roasted potatoes. You can steam it. It's really, really tough because there's so many vitamins in it, so you steam it for a lot longer than you would spinach or chard or something. Kale? It's supposed at the market, there's like massive bunches of it. Yeah. It's supposed to, yeah. And it's a winter vegetable, and you can always find it at a grocery store. Well, today I woke up and I actually had 8 hours of sleep for once. That was really exciting. And then Emmy and I, we went down to the market, and I didn't see the cat that I always look for on Allen Street. It's really cute. It's small and kind of fat, and then it's got these little brown polka dots on its side. And okay, I don't know, I woke up early because I was having this weird dream about my dad and mom had a baby, but it had like one little hand or something. And instead of, they left me in charge with it, but then like, I was supposed to, they told me that I was supposed to like do whatever when it has to go to the bathroom, but I didn't know what I was doing, so I just held it over the toilet, and then I woke up early. But yeah. Well, I think it was smaller than a baby would be anyway. It was like only like that big. It had like a bigger head, I think, than a normal baby, but it had like a little hand, like a baby. I don't know how big of a hand a baby has, but Its other hand, like I didn't notice until I looked. I was like, wow, its hand's really tiny. And then it had like one stubby pinky. And I looked at the other hand and I was like, whoa, all the fingers are stubby on this side of it. Little. It's like little, like this. One hand was a baby hand and the other hand was like. It was like imagine if a cat didn't have a paw and it just had its like nails. Like, cause they're like, I don't know. Anyway, I got up and then had a bagel. And then I went to class.